This is question 9 from the first CSAT sample paper. In this question we've got two people, A and B, and A rolls one die, B rolls two dice, and then whoever gets the largest value wins, but A wins ties. So for instance, if B gets 3 and 4, so the largest number is 4, and A gets a 4, A wins. So we're asked, what is the probability that B wins? So if you want to have a go at this question yourself, pause the video now. Okay, so here I think the case of B is more complicated. So they've got two dice, you've got to think about which is the largest in order to work out the probability of them getting the largest value overall. So I think first it's easiest to think about what's the probability of B getting each number, and then if we want to think about what's the probability of A beating them, then we just got to compare one number to one number. So first let's think about the probability of B getting 1, B getting 2, B getting everything up to 6. Okay, so first let's make a table. We've got the numbers from 1 to 6. These are all the possible values B can get as their highest die. And we want to work out the probability of each one. So they're rolling two dice. Let's think about the possible cases in which their highest number is 1. Well, that happens if they get a 1 on both dice. So the only case this can happen is if we get 1 and 1, that means their highest value is 1. If they've got 1 and anything else, then the highest value would be the other thing. Now let's think about 2. How can their highest value be 2? Well, they can't have 2 and anything bigger than 2. So they can have 2 and 2, or they can have 2 and 1, or 1 and 2 on their two dice. So there are two ways of getting 2 and 1, and then there's one way of getting 2 and 2. If we think about 3, we can do the same thing. So you can have 3 and 1, or 3 and 2, or 3 and 3. So there's 5 cases here. And you can see this pattern's going to repeat. So we can have 4 and 1, 4 and 2, 4 and 3, so, or 4 and 4. So that's going to be 7 cases, then we're going to have 9 cases, then we're going to have 11 cases. So what's the probability of getting each of these? Well, there's 36 possible pairs. We're saying there's 1 here, 3 here, 5 here, etc. So the probability of B getting the nth value, if n goes from 1 to 6, is 1 36th in this case, and 3 36ths, and then 5 36ths, etc. It's worth just checking to make sure we've done this right, that these things add up to 1, which they definitely should. But if we check, let's say we get 1 plus 3 is 4, then 9, 16, 25, 36. So they do add up to 36, that's good. So we want to find the probability that B wins. So now let's just figure out the probability of B winning in each of these cases. So what we're working out is the probability that B wins given B equals 1, then given B equals 2, etc. And if B gets 1, then they can't possibly win because A wins ties. So the smallest A can get is 1, and then A wins anyway. So the probability of B winning is 0. If B rolls a 2, the only way they can win is if A rolls lower, so that means rolling a 1, so there's a 1 in 6 chance of that happening. If B rolls a 3, then A has to roll a 1 or a 2, so there's a 2 in 6 chance of that happening, etc. So our chances are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over 6. And then what's B's chance of winning overall? It's just the probability of rolling a 1 times the probability of winning given they rolled a 1, plus probability of rolling a 2 times probability of winning given they rolled 2, etc. So we're doing this times this, plus this times this, plus this times this, etc. all the way down. So first thing first, we can see that we are going to get an answer over 216 because that's 6 times 36. So we can take out 216, and then we're just adding all the numbers we get on top. So we've got 0 times 1 is 0, 3 times 1 is 3, 5 times 2 is 10, 7 times 3 is 21, 9 times 4 is 36, and 11 times 5 is 55. And if we add these all up, what do we get? We get 13, 34, 70, 70 and then 125. So our answer, that should be 125 on top. And then 216 on the bottom. Can we do any cancelling? Well, no, because this is 6 times 6 times 6, so the only factors are 2 and a 3. But this is 5 cubed, so this doesn't have any factors of 2 or 3, so we can't do any cancelling. So this is our final answer.